Hi guys, for everyone joining us, and welcome back to the Alternative Idol podcast, Ep.3. I am Roman Shuriken, or Terry, from the Idol Facebook group, and I'm joined today by my colleagues, Gary from Idolishit,
Hey guys, how's it going? Glad to be back.
and my good friend John from Straight from Japan.
Hey, hello, how you doing?
So everyone's joined us today. For anyone who watched last week, just want to say, nice work job done on last week. We absolutely smashed it with the views. Got a lot more than we was expecting. Over 600, I think it was in the end, guys.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, that's way more. I think the first video got what, like 300, 400?
It's closing on 400, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. Same sort of format as last week, guys. So if you joined us for the first one or the second, then you probably know what to expect. Just going to be going over this week's Idol news and also Idol releases. So stick around for the news, and we'll be moving on to the videos a little bit later. Anything you guys want to say before we start, or are we all good?
Just that if you're watching the video version of this on YouTube, you won't be seeing any music videos this week because we got slammed with copyright notices. So
Yeah. So luckily for us, when we do the live stream, after that we normally shorten it down so that you guys can see, a more streamlined version of the podcast. So there'll be no, strikes on our actual videos. But yeah, just to let you guys know, there will be no live footage from the videos this week, but there will be a link in the top right-hand corner, I believe, provided.
Yep, if you click the little eye icon in the top right corner, it should open a little thing that will take you to the playlist.
Yep.
There's even a couple of things that aren't videos for music videos even in there. So
yeah, there's a few things that are going to be talked about on the news. So if you haven't seen them yet and you do want to see them so you can figure out what we're talking about, then feel free to go and watch them now while we start talking. So if we're all good, guys, we can move on to the news. That's good with you guys?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So the first thing up in today's news is... Boom.
First thing up is Pikarin, new single coming out. I think some people in the comments last week were talking about it because it came out, the announcement came out like an hour or 2 hours, maybe a little more than that before we started. We didn't have time to put it in last week, so we're talking about it this week.
I think I remember that, yeah.
So yeah, she's been kind of non-productive lately. I mean, she was, of course, with Avex, then not with Avex. Then she was with Force Records. Force Records folded. Then she did, what was that? The Dogeza Road with the Village Vanguard exclusive release. And other than that, she's been pretty silent. I don't even think she's been doing like a super big amount of lives even.
Not that I've seen, like a few things, but nothing too much. No, I think she's been doing a lot of like TV work and modelling and that sort of stuff again, because that's kind of all I've really been seeing on her Twitter. So, kind of excited to see what she's going to be bringing out for this new single. Have we got any info on what the single's about, what it's called, anything like that yet, John?
Oh yeah, we've got what it's called. It's a mouthful. It's I don't even know if I can pronounce this right. It's Bamutkuin? Something like that?
That's from the writing I can see, yeah.
It's wacky.
Close enough.
Close enough.
But the what I read about this one so far is that it's gonna be the end theme for an anime that let me pull that anime up here real quick. Probably should have had this ready. It's called Time Bokan 24. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. I had never heard of it.
I mean, I watch quite a bit of anime, but it's not one I'm familiar with. I don't know if anyone in chat has watched it. Maybe.
But apparently it's going to be the new end theme for that anime.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
So I'm expecting it to be probably a little poppier, more like her old stuff, a little less of the Makai type deal.
Oh, so we're probably expecting more clean vocals, less harsh Pikarin then.
Yeah, probably a little less shouty.
Less shouty is always good sometimes. The odd song just to hear her sing naturally might be nice. Might be nice.
So the B side might be heavier because I don't think it's on any show or anything. So we might get more recent Pikarin on that one.
It seems like a lot of people have been doing that recently, innit? Going with the the more light, poppier, acceptable songs, and then maybe getting a bit more experimental or heavy on the second song. So it's definitely a trend I've been seeing recently. It'd be interesting to see what's on there.
Yeah. It's not available yet from what I've found, and they just announced it was announced on the 11th. It's going to be available on the 3rd of May is the release date for this one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and she's on a new label. I think I might have said it, Otodama Records.
Okay.
And I think she might be the only artist signed to them so far.
Oh. I haven't really looked yet. I'll have to have a look and see if anyone else is signed to it. What a first signing, really, for a label, really. Hey, let's pick up Pikarin as our first artist.
So, is this going to be getting a nationwide release, or is it going to be a limited release? Does anyone know?
They didn't say, as far as I could find.
I mean, it's a small label. You would think that they would hope that it's going to be a nationwide release. Everyone's going to order it. Let's be honest.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, I mean, people managed to get their hands on the Village Vanguard exclusive thing, myself, John included. So I'm sure people will be able to get their hands on this one, so I can't see why not.
Well, yeah, I'll be buying it because I single-handedly keep afloat every alt-idol group ever.
I still think that's why her second record label went under, because John didn't buy enough copies of the single.
Only 5.
Only 5.
I only bought one, so... Yeah.
And it was the worst one.
I think you mean the best, sir.
Oh, Cakehead. Cakehead is not acceptable.
Yeah. That is not an acceptable one. You should have gotten Wet Hair.
Wet hair for the win.
But, before we get too boring, we should probably move on.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, keep a good pace.
Let us know what version of her last single you got in the comments. So moving on to the next topic. Is the I was going to say Necroma, but the Necronom Idol Tour. If you haven't seen the announcement, then they put it out on Twitter. The other day? Or what was it, the 14th? Something like that they put out the announcement. Ago. Yeah. Which I think they actually put out the announcement why they was already on their way to Thailand, or was they already in Thailand?
I think they were on their way.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I know they were either on their way or already there. That they're going to be doing basically a mini tour. I think the only places confirmed at the moment are France and Italy, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ricky said, they said in the tweet that there was going to be other places, to be confirmed. I tweeted Ricky. A few people might have seen my tweet on Twitter just saying to him, a London date would be awesome, blah, 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 so on and so forth. He liked the tweet and he said to me, basically, yeah, they would love to play London, but perhaps it's not on the cards this time. So I'm guessing they probably won't be announcing a London date anytime soon, disappointing as it is, but they are open to doing a London date and they would like to. So, if this all goes well in France and Italy, perhaps we could see, Necro perhaps venturing for a London date, next year or sometime later on, which would be good.
So they haven't said where they're actually performing, right?
Nothing yet. They've literally just said the countries.
So this could potentially be a Japan Expo type thing.
Well, I thought it wasn't going to be because I think John said to me. Yeah, go on.
They did not win the Tokyo Candle competition, but I think that's the reason that they're doing it at about the same. Isn't it about the same time as Japan Expo?
So I'm assuming that everyone's going to be over there for Tokyo Expo in France. And I'm assuming while people are over there, they can also then go and see Necro play separately in their own little mini live. I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it works out well for them. I really hope it does work out well, because then, that leads them open to a lot more stuff. I've got plenty of pictures up in the slideshow of them basically in Thailand at the moment. They look like they're having a great time.
Sorry, dedicated to the gimmick.
Dedicated to the no face without makeup gimmick, yeah. I looked through it, but I couldn't find anything, so I was like, Nothing from Thailand.
We also discovered the meaning of the title of that one song on the album.
Oh yes, the one that we thought was named after a Chinese shop, and it turns out it's close, but not quite. But
It's like the back alley of a hotel.
yeah, pretty much. In Chungking or something like that, and there's like a building, and yeah, called Chungking, and Red Line. I'm guessing is like the back, like red, not a red light bit, but you know that section.
No, there's like a photo of Sari standing in this like alleyway, and the brick of the alleyway is red.
So
And it's like a red line, you know.
Yeah,
right.
it's also loosely based on another Lovecraft story. I can't remember the title of the story, but it's based on that also.
So they basically took like that and kind of fused both together, and boom, that's the title. I'm looking at the picture now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, if anyone is thinking about, going to see Necro soon, then yeah, look out for those dates in France and Italy, and also be on the lookout on their Twitter to see where else they're going to be playing. Ricky could have just been holding his cards close to his chest, and maybe there could be a London date, but I would expect him to normally be honest, and if there wasn't anything, he said it wasn't on the cards this time, so I expect it to probably not happen.
Did he say it wasn't on the cards, or it might not be on the cards?
I think he said it wasn't on the cards. I'd have to go back to my Twitter and look, but he said it's not on. He said either it's not or it's not on the cards at the moment, or not at this point in time. But I'd love to do it at some point. So
Okay.
I think there was quite a few people in Twitter that was on my comment, and they all agreed that a London date would be amazing. I think a lot of us would want to go. So hopefully that does work out later on. But I mean, France isn't that far. It's a Eurostar. Spend a day in France. We might even get to meet a few people that we know who live in France. Might be interested. Meet up with a few fans over there, and go see Necro play. Why not? I think it'd be cool. Obviously, mostly for the Europe fans. I know the US fans, probably it's a bit far for them to be traveling.
Yeah, that is way too far for me.
But
there's
then
some
again,
dedicated fans out there, dude.
That is very true. But then again, at the same point, you guys have got Surozuri, haven't you, soon? So, we get Necro, Europe gets Necro, and the US, or Canada, I should say, gets Surozuri. So I think it balances out quite well.
Well, I think we'd rather have it the other way, at least you and I.
You'd probably rather have Necro, and I'd rather have Surozuri. Yeah, that's probably true. I think if there was a Surozuri date in London, I think Gary would be all over it.
Well, I mean, we can all just go see them in Japan in November, right?
Well, I mean, that's the plan. We're going. But, I mean, if you can see them sooner than that, then why not? You know what I mean? The more the merrier.
True.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, that's the Necro tour announced. Look out for that. Moving on to the next item. I'm guessing everyone's seen this. I always say that they wouldn't have, but yeah. What was the next one?
We have the Baby Metal Tokyo Dome Blu-ray trailer came out. Let's be honest, the only reason we're talking about this is so we can tag the video with Baby Metal and get some more views. I'm not going to try and lie to the viewers here.
Pretty much.
So, I don't really keep up with Baby Metal too closely. I mean, I'm definitely not as dedicated as some people, but so that was the first time I'd really seen any kind of footage from the concert.
Oh, that was the first time you'd seen footage from the Dome?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Facebook was absolutely spammed with it, so I've seen loads of it by now.
Yeah, I'm not invited into your secret club, bro.
Oh, sorry, man, sorry.
So, it looked like a pretty impressive setup. Yeah,
I gotta admit, the theatrics and the kind of stage thing was like a whole nother level, especially with like the light up neck collars and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I heard that the light up neck collars were pretty impressive when they all lit up.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel sorry for the people in the nosebleeds because they probably weren't seeing much, but
I mean, it was humongous, and they had like these massive like wraparound screens and everything from what I could see. So I doubt. As for seeing the actual girls, perhaps they might have been like ants on the horizon.
Yeah.
But
you'd like some opera glasses or something to kind of
little mini telescope. Yeah.
I tell you, Si, that's a shout. If any group plays the Dome, they should sell like those opera glasses.
Baby Metal themed opera glasses.
Yeah. hit me up, guys.
Installed in like a little kitsune mask.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Why not? Why not? Yeah,
You got like my people will talk to your people. You know,
I gotta admit
hit me up.
the footage from the dome looks amazing. I mean, I think on the last cast that I was a bit like, wow, you know what I mean? Like a sit down gig with like when it looks that crazy, like sitting down, I couldn't quite comprehend it. But I mean, it looks more like akin to like a theatre show, but with music, if you get what I mean. Like there's so much going on visually that if you were perhaps standing up, I don't know. I just think maybe sitting down worked for the dome, I suppose, for people watching.
I think everyone was probably standing up, dude.
I don't know, from the pictures, a lot of people look like they're sitting down.
Maybe.
Yeah, it does look really theatrical. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna show my age here, but like an old like Maiden show, an Iron Maiden show, maybe an Alice Cooper show, very theatrical.
It just looks crazy. It looks crazy. If I could have gone, I would have definitely gone, and I would have watched it, and it would have been an amazing experience. I see them live in Wembley, and that was amazing. Even though the sound in Wembley that night didn't go too well. Apparently the guy beforehand, the DJ guy or whatever, or someone had messed up the soundboard, or one of the speakers had gone or whatever, because once Baby Metal came out and started playing, after the first kind of like bit of bass and then like an explosion went off and everything, the sound was just horrible for like a good few minutes after that, and then it never really recovered that well throughout the night. But then the sound on the DVD or Blu-ray, the Wembley Blu-ray, obviously makes it sound amazing. So I'm assuming it doesn't really matter what the sound sounds like, because it's all going to be fed in and edited and made sound good anyway. So you're going to get the best experience on the Blu-ray or DVD anyway.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to get nosebleed shots. You're going to be right up in the action.
Pretty much. That's what the cameras are for, aren't they, really?
I'm trying to remember where did they play the first time they were in London?
Is it Brixton?
Was it the Forum? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I saw them.
You see them at like the first show.
Yeah.
Dang.
I
didn't get to go to anything like that.
That was a really good venue for it, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Blu-ray comes out in a couple of weeks, right? I should have this information here. Oh no, the ASMart website's trying to do me dirty and not work.
Oh, is it going to ask you to pick your language again?
Yeah.
So before it was always in Japanese, and it was okay because you could just kind of load it, click translate, and then you was all right. And then now you have to pick your language every time you go in. It just will not save it for me.
They need to sort this out.
Pretty much.
So yeah, it comes in about 1 million different versions, as is typical, I guess. There's a fan club limited edition that's already sold out that they did flog for 27,000 yen. So
27,000 yen.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that's like the better part of like $250 probably.
$250. What do you get in it? Do you get anything like special with it compared to the normal?
So you get the two Blu-ray discs, which is in every version.
Okay.
You get 4 CDs.
Does it say with what?
The CDs.
I'm assuming if it's like one of the other ones, it will be the songs live.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you get a photo album, 72 pages, and luxurious special packaging. So
I'm assuming it's going to be like the box they had last time. So they're like a
it'll be some fancy box.
Yeah, with like a thing inside, and you get like a little sort of like balaclava thing or scarfy type thing with the logo, and it's all very cool. I just don't know if it needs to cost that much money.
Probably not, but hey, captive audience and all that.
Yeah, man, £250. I mean, that's like what? That's like halfway to a ticket to Japan.
Yeah, that's a spendy Blu-ray set.
That's a sizable chunk towards going over there to see, people live. But yeah.
It comes out the 12th of April, by the way.
Oh, nice, 12th of April.
So yeah, there's a first press limited edition, which doesn't seem to really have match of anything except like a fancy kind of jacket cover.
Okay.
That's basically 10,000 yen.
So that's basically the version that everyone who couldn't get the one version is going to be buying, though, right?
Or you can just get the normal version,
How
which
much
is
is that?
basically the same thing for like 8,700 yen.
Yeah, I don't know. Is the
They're all
jacket worth it?
Extra $10 for like a fancy cover? I don't know.
Maybe not $10, but I've definitely spent
Man, I'd
extra money
spent.
before.
I spent. What? How much was the Bish that came out? The blue with the 150-page book.
No, it was only like 5,000, 6,000.
It was like I think it was like I paid like 6,500.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't like it was like about 50 quid. Yeah.
Or you can get the DVD version of this for 7,500, which seems unreal for a DVD
For a
in
DVD.
2017.
Who has a DVD player in 2017?
I don't know.
You know. Dang.
My
But yeah,
computer does.
so yeah, that's coming out.
Oh
Bit
yeah.
expensive for me.
Weeaboo Witcher is saying the newest single from Bish is obviously more expensive, but I'm guessing that's the one with the bear brick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Bear Brick single. I was talking about the what was that? The Less Than Sex tour final.
Yeah,
the Blu-ray?
yeah. The Less Than Sex tour final Blu-ray. I can't remember the name of the actual. Is it cesarean section or something like that? They called it something crazy.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, that was a bit. That was actually really cheap considering it was a Blu-ray. The photo book that comes with that is actually really nice, as well.
It is
So,
absolutely nice, but
if
we're not
you're-
talking about that.
Sorry, talking about baby metal, and I've just started like selling Bish instead, or Bish. Yes, my bad.
Yes, you're bad.
My bad. So I mean, if we're done with the baby metals, we
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be buying it. Unfortunately, it's a bit pricey for.
I have refused to buy all of their DVDs and Blu-rays. I've just refused. It's just too overpriced. Like I'll get the albums and I'll listen and I'm a fan, but I'm just not spending the money for the video. Sorry. Yeah, that's how I feel on that one.
Moving on, then I guess we'll go on to a couple more new releases. I believe is next on the docket.
Yeah, it's quite a few this week.
Let's see. Okay. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are going to be excited for this first one. Guso Drop. It's got a mini album coming out. I'm calling it a mini album. I mean, it's 4 tracks and 4 instrumental tracks.
Oh, so you actually get the 4 tracks and 4 instrumentals.
Yeah, you get the 4 tracks and then the 4 instrumentals and then an undisclosed bonus track as of yet. So it's 9 in total.
That sounds more like an EP than the You'll Melt More EP that they put out, which was 2 tracks.
Which is basically a single, yeah.
That's a single, sir.
Yeah. Now, and okay, I'm sure that you've all seen live performance of Painfully Violent.
Yes.
That's the title track 1. And
I'd be interested to hear that song done in the studio.
Yeah, it kind of gets garbled and they seem very excited while they're doing it.
Yeah. It's definitely a bit of a crazy track live, but I think a studio version might be nice just to hear it.
Yep, and it's the current lineup, so all 6 current members.
Does anyone know where Europika's been recently? Because all the videos I've looked at in Twitter over the last few days, she hasn't been in any of the lives.
No idea.
Maybe someone in chat knows.
She's been tweeting regularly. I mean, she tweets every day like she always does.
The last few videos that all come up on YouTube for like all last week, she just wasn't in any lives. So I was just a bit confused. Yeah.
Well, there was even that live last week that just had I think it was just Anna and Miyako were the only ones.
That was like a fan appreciation thing. So they didn't even really sing many songs. In all honesty, they just kind of talk to the fans and do a few bits.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that one's coming out from EIT Park Records in conjunction with Disc Union. Just like the last one. That's going to be out May 17th.
Okay.
And then there's another release on May 17th, also by EIT, and that's Malcolm Mask McLaren. Got a single coming out.
You know, I haven't really listened to them too much. Everyone said that the album was really good. I think I should probably, at some point, pick it up and probably listen to it.
Yeah, I don't listen to them. I mean, I've listened when a song comes around on YouTube, I let it go, but you know, I don't own anything by them.
I like their last MV was quite nice. I like that with the the gas grenades and the masks and all that sort of stuff. It's kind of like melodic hardcore type stuff. It was quite nice.
Yeah, which apparently you can't find that release anymore. It's all sold out.
Oh,
from what I hear.
Nice. Well,
but this called
must have sold
Bordeaux.
well then.
I don't know if this song Bordeaux is a song that they've been doing live or if it's new. So,
okay.
and then there's a B-side. I don't rightly know the name of that one. I'm a little unprepared.
I'm
on
assuming
that.
it's probably a song that they've performed live but just haven't released a studio version of yet. A bit like Guso. At least that's how I would assume it's going to be. I'm assuming there'll be like. Does it say how many tracks are on this one?
Just 2.
So it'll probably be the one track they've played live and then maybe something brand new or something like that.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know what the B-side is.
That's all right. I'm probably more excited for the Guso drop CD in all honesty.
Yeah, and I think they're both already available for pre-order from Disc Union.
Okay. And how would one go about ordering from Disc Union if you're, like us, Westerners?
Oh, well, you need to get a proxy buyer to be able to do that. Something like Zen Market or something.
Oh, like PiiiiiiiN, Zen Market, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Oh,
and then
nice.
you have to buy it that way. I don't think Disc Union ships international.
Oh, all right. I didn't think they did. I thought they were a bit like Village Vanguard where they didn't do that.
So, yeah, that's about all the info I have on those. I mean, these were just announced, like, I don't know, a couple days ago.
Pretty much. I'll be excited to see the covers for the Guso drop and Malcolm Moss McLaren, see what's going on there. And see what other songs Guso drop also have up their sleeve, because I haven't heard anything else.
There's a
live.
full track list available already.
What's the names? If they're not in English, don't worry.
Painfully Violent is one.
Yeah.
The second one is something in Japanese, and then Fake.
Okay.
I can't remember the first part. I know.
Fake.
And then
We've heard. Fake. We heard
Yeah.
the Daichi version, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. He put out the SoundCloud version.
So. And then there's one called Magic Inside.
Okay.
And then there's one that it's, you know how they write their similar their tracks titles with symbols. It's an I and then some symbols and then an L.
Okay.
I wouldn't know how to say that.
It's fine. I symbol L is perfectly acceptable.
It's been pointed out in the chat that the Guso and probably Malcolm Mass McLaren releases will likely be on CD Japan and Amazon, because the last Guso drop release that was through Disc Union was also available on those sites.
Yeah, they just as far as I know, they aren't actually available there yet. They may be available on Amazon. They are not available on CD Japan yet.
Oh, well, hopefully they are, because it'll be more easily, gettable for us guys. So that'd be nice. So we can move on to the next thing if you want, guys. That's everything done with Guso.
Okay. Just real quick, that Malcolm Mass McLaren album, really good. If you can actually track down a copy, I would highly encourage to do so.
Is it out of print already?
I don't know. I've heard people say that it's out of print, so...
It's going to be like trying to find a copy of Virtual now, isn't it?
Or like a copy of Saki's solo album.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Go for it.
So we have an update on Poor Louis Die or Die. Episode 2 came out. She isn't dead yet, you'll be happy to know.
No. She's not too happy either by the look of it.
She doesn't seem very happy. Having said that, the stuff she's been tweeting that she's been eating hasn't looked that bad. So
okay.
It's not like she's on the 1 bowl of rice a day diet or anything like that. So
she has to do that, and also while doing this.
So yeah, whoever decided to film this outside when it was like howling a gale, not very good cinematography there, sir. But hey,
No,
whatever.
but I mean they kind of half-assedly subbed it, so
Kind of, yeah.
kind of works.
So I guess this episode, she got a bunch of like measurements taken,
Mm,
and then they took some. I guess it's going to be like before photos.
pretty
So
much.
like at the end, they can have like a before or after kind of thing.
I mean,
I
like I
guess.
said, I didn't think she looked bad in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
But yeah.
I guess she has like a person that like they've given her like a trainer or whatever.
Oh yeah, I can see.
He puts her through her paces, and she's like struggling to do squats and all that kind of
I
stuff.
gotta admit, and a lot of the screenshots I got, she just kind of looks a bit constipated, half smiling, half constipated.
Man's hand was kind of wandering at times as well. I'm just saying.
Well, she looks happy. She doesn't look like she's complaining, so it's alright. I thought
So
that's all
yeah,
part of the perks of being a personal trainer, I suppose, with
I
idols
guess
at
so.
least.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah, there's not really. It's like they haven't done like the first, like they waiter at the start. This isn't like a weigh-in update kind of thing.
Hmm.
It's just like it was just kind of like a training montage kind of thing,
I
I
was waiting
guess.
for them to come out with a thing that, what I mean, like after the training thing that they do, then they kind of weigh her, and then if she doesn't say like meet the amount that they wanted her to lose in a set time, then maybe she'd have like a penalty or forfeit or something stupid she had to do instead. But it
Well,
seems
yeah,
like
she has to pay Watanabe back if she doesn't cut the weight.
I mean
So
that's money, man. They could have made her do something a bit more funny or something else more on camera that they could have got even more
fired
views off.
from this.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I gave the changed the name to obese for the rest of the tour last week. But yeah, it's a bit unfair to call them all obese when Watanabe obviously thinks that it's just her. Yeah,
Yeah, so not a major update, but
yeah.
I guess this can be like a thing we talk about as a little section of the show while it's going on.
Can we also mention that the link that they tweeted out is from like a random account and not even the actual BIS YouTube?
And the video is terrible quality
Yeah,
as
it's like
well.
480p, like 480p in 2K17. Like, what is this?
Recorded on a potato.
With wind, potato quality and wind on the mic. Nice. They're not spending any money on this gimmick at all by the look of it.
Yeah, so this has a single out in like what, April? Or is it? Yeah, it's April, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is it April?
Yeah, pretty much. Something like that. 22nd?
Maybe. I don't in a month or two they've got, is it like socialism or something?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
socialism,
the
yeah.
22nd sounds right. 22nd sounds right.
So I think
I
it's the 22nd.
could just look
And
it
then they're
up,
doing the I think I remember it from last week, and then they're doing the Bad Social Tour. I'm sure it was called the Bad Social Tour, yeah. What we could look
Guess
at.
what? It's the 31st of May, so we were all wrong.
Damn. I wonder what's coming out on the 22nd, because that date's definitely stuck in my
The
head.
22nd of this month is Bish.
Oh, whoops. Well, it shows what I care more about, doesn't it? Jesus.
But yeah, so just a little update. Nothing crazy.
Pretty much. We was going to try and keep it more for the news and everything today, but there's kind of one thing that we can't really pass up this week, and that's kind of just because of the sheer amount of them happening at once. And that is, well, what is it, like disband season, or like, loser member week or something?
It's spring. This always happens every spring.
And everyone just disappears from their groups.
Pretty much.
It's at the what is this, school graduation time and all that stuff.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. I'm guessing if a few people haven't read about it, but yeah, there's plenty of groups I could mention that have either lost a member or disbanded recently. I mean, you got, Hauptharmonie? But, so they've lost a member or a member got fired, and now they're breaking up after the end of something. So I think they're doing one last thing with a band, and then they're meant to be breaking up after that.
Yeah, they're doing like a final tour and then they're disbanding.
And then someone's already been fired, or is she staying for the rest of the thing?
No, she got fired.
Oh, okay, she's fired, and then they're continuing on to do the rest of this thing and then breaking up altogether.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Bloody hell.
I don't even know. It's like it's just one of those crazy idol situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went into, you know, that sort of stuff with Anna leaving Ice Cream Suicide and Amfort and all that sort of stuff last week. So we're not going to delve too much into it this week because that was a bit heavy. But yeah, there's a few things this week. So you got I don't even know the name of the girl from Hauptharmonie that's left.
Rico
Ah, okay. But yeah, so that happens.
Shigasaki, if you needed the family name.
Pretty much, way too many. And then you've got Gokigen. Gokigen's just lost a member, I think.
She hasn't left yet.
Okay.
She's leaving at the end of April, but I believe the last live that she's doing is on the 16th of April.
Oh, so she's gonna miss their one man then, right? I heard they had a one man planned soon. Or
yeah, she's been missing, from what I hear, a couple because she has some sort of progressive foot malady that's keeping her from being on her feet, apparently.
So is she kind of giving up Idol altogether, or is she still doing her own thing? But
well, she tweeted something out today that she was releasing. She's putting vocals on something else.
Okay.
I'm not sure of the details because it was like brand new just today, but
that's interesting.
So kind of maybe she thinks she's better off on her own, I suppose. Or
maybe, I don't know if it's a one-off, and she really is more of a. If you follow her on Twitter, she's more of a model than anything, from what I can tell.
Ah, right.
Maybe she's taken like a Pikarin type route.
So, who else disbanded this week? Because I'm sure everyone in the dashboard could probably fill it full of names. So, we had, what's her name? Begins with P. Is it Pin? I don't know how you pronounce it.
PiiiiiiiN.
But yeah, they've
Something like that.
did disbanding as well. I didn't actually get much info on that apart from their disbanding, so I'm not even quite sure when the date is on that one. And then there was tons of other ones that got tweeted at me on Twitter of other people disbanding. So pretty much, yeah. So if anyone knows any other people that are the Phallus Idol group,
the PiiiiiiN is disbanding on the 5th. Will be their last live. And it's called, I believe it's called the PiiiiiiN Dissolution Live.
PiiiiiiN Dissolution. Tiara disbanding, but that's K-pop. Oh, we don't cover that.
There was some like huge kind of scandal in another idol group that aren't all.
Oh, what's the name? If Maniac was here, he'd be able to tell me. But yeah, someone tweeted this out to me. Maybe someone knows what the group is. It was on Twitter.
Someone dished some dirt.
Yeah, someone did something bad, and then the other group members did not take kindly to it. They had some strong words.
Betrayed.
Yeah, betrayed. They never want her back. I need to figure out what this group is now. I have to go and have a look in a bit.
Nanokune? I don't know. Does anybody know where Nanokune stands? I think they disbanded already.
If Kirby is still in the chat, Kirby, if they disbanded yet, if he's still in the chat, he'll know. But he might not be here. He might have gone. But I
thought they disbanded a little while ago.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was the announcement.
We get tweets every once in a while from their account, I think.
Oh, there you go. Nanokune ends like 26th this month. Well, roughly, he says. So there you go.
Man, what a depressing month.
I know, right? All we can say is at least no one, we haven't had like another Zenkimi situation or anything like that yet. So,
not yet.
Touch wood, people. Touch wood.
Oh, okay. It's not Nanokune anymore. It's Nano Rider.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Isn't some girl getting screwed over because she can't afford a lawyer as well?
Yeah, so I think that is the girl from Hauptharmonie.
Yeah, that's the Hauptharmonie Rico, whatever her name is.
Yeah,
there's just been so much of this stuff. It's all kind of blended together.
Yeah, it's just
like
hit
a
us.
soup in my mind.
Yeah, it's just hit us with like one big topic of just shit everyone's leaving at once. So the girl from Hauptharmonie, apparently her management are trying to sue her or fine her for not being able to come to even though they're firing her because she basically wasn't going to play the last few events anyway because she didn't want to, because she wants out, that they're going to fine her or something. I don't know, but it just seems a bit crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
That's a tough one.
I don't know, man. Like,
I think it's kind of like the Anfort thing where you don't really know what's going on. You like
Oh yeah, cool.
You get like one side, or you get like one side and then part of another side, and we're trying to make a judgment without really knowing everything.
Yeah. I mean, all we can really say is it's crazy how much stuff has popped up at once. To be honest with you, like normally we like divide this stuff up and talk about it, but there's just been so much that we didn't want to have like an hour's worth of essentially disbandments and people leaving groups and people needing replacements. Like it was all a bit too negative, so we decided to just get it all out at once, let you all know, it's been a bit of a crap week and a crap month for disbands. But on the horizon, we've got new Pikarin, Chromator.
One last thing. One
Yeah,
last thing, Terry.
What else?
Just to pile on just a tiny bit more. This has been kind of floating around on the bottom of the docket for a while, so we'll just get it out there. That Nozomi from Alloy is graduating in April, I believe.
Okay.
And one of the girls from PiiiiiiiiN is also graduating. I don't know if anybody follows those groups. I personally don't follow either of them.
So PiiiiiiiiN has lost a member. Wait a minute, Alloy was doing really well though. What happened? So they've lost a member as well.
I don't know. So Kirby, you know what's up with Alloy.
So Nozomi, isn't she the one that used to be in PiiiiiiiiN or whatever they're called?
I think she was, actually.
Ah, yeah. So she's leaving Alloy as well. Oh.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah. I wonder if she still wants to be an idol or if she's just leaving to go do other stuff. It's pretty crazy.
All right. So, I just thought I'd pile a couple more things on there. So
Just piling it on. More bacon after more bacon.
Just to come back to the Hauptharmonie thing, and I guess we can kind of wrap this part up. I do generally agree with the chat that if you have a contract, it's usually the right thing to see out the contract.
Yeah, definitely.
If
you don't work out your contract though, normally you don't get fined though, right? You just don't get your remaining pay, right?
Pretty much, but
you don't get a good reference or a reference at all.
Well, it could be a piling on of things also, because they're saying that for the past 3 years, it's been an ongoing problem with either health issues or not complying with rules of the group.
I had read a few tweets from other people saying that apparently she's a massive pain in the ass and that they'd be happy to, see the back of her or something like that, which is a bit horrible, but we don't actually know what she's like and what they're like, and I'm sure conflict is in every group, no matter how happy they seem. I'm sure everyone has their little conflicts every now and again, but once it's gone on for 3 years, it gets a bit...
You also don't know, like, if, say, they paid for, like, singing and, like, I don't know, dancing lessons or something,
That's
right?
True.
And then she wants out of her contract. Well, maybe there was a thing in the contract where it's like, well, you're going to owe us X amount of money for these lessons or something. You just don't know. That's
true.
Could be any number.
They could be basically they're probably fining her for loss of earnings that they would have made with her in the group. I'm assuming that's probably what they'd be pushing for. Is that they'll say that the group would have made this amount more money with her there, therefore she should have to pay this amount of money to them.
Could be. And auto contracts can be really wacky sometimes, apparently.
I mean, it's a Japanese contract, isn't it? I'm sure it's pretty to the letter and in depth. Yeah. But I mean, we can move on from this if you want.
Yeah, I'm done.
I mean, let's just see it. Anyone in the group? Anyone else want to add anything? Any disbands? Any members leaving? Anything else that you just want to chuck out on the whole situation? Or we can move out onto the next thing?
Kirby did tell us in the comments, since you can't see this on the recorded video later, that Alloy is continuing with the 3 members right now, I believe. They might be looking for a 4th. I don't know. And PiiiiiiiiN has already added 2 more members.
Also, they're up to 3 now.
Yeah.
Or did they replace both? Or it was just 1 member, right?
Just 1 was leaving.
Oh, okay.
So PiiiiiiiN is going to be up to 3 members now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. If I ever need to know anything to do with Fruit Pochette or Nanakune or Alloy or anything to do with like PiiiiiiiiN's members, just ask Kirby, because he's going to be your man to know about what's going on that one. Jake said, Koyoshi Ryujin 25 are disbanding, but that was announced ages ago for mid-July. Yeah, I remember you posting in group about that, actually. Never really gotten into them. Don't really know much about them other than what you posted. I don't know if either of you two have been into them.
Their gimmick's incredible.
So it's like a dude, right? And like wives or something like that?
Yeah, he's got like 6 wives or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to look into them now because it sounds...
They have a couple of good songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. So they've had their announcement for a while now, from mid-July. So I'm guessing Jake's had time to prepare himself against the disbandment. I suppose it doesn't make it any more easy, but at least you knew it was coming, instead of it being a surprise, I guess. I think that about wraps it up for the disbandments. Before we put ourselves in too much of a depression session. There wasn't actually that much news this week, was there?
No, there wasn't.
No, not as much as
we
what I thought it would be.
condensed it down.
A little bit, I think a little bit, but I didn't want to go over the disbands for too long, in all honesty. I think we could have covered it like we did. I think that's good. So we can move on to this week's videos. I don't think there's any problem with that if we want. We've got a smorgasbord of videos, just because
We have
there's so
4.
much going on.
Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, but there's so much going on in them, let's be honest. This week's videos. If you haven't seen any of the videos that we're talking about already, I believe, Gary, did you leave the link in the top right-hand corner?
Yep, if you click the little eye icon in the top right that is kind of camouflaged with the graphic that just popped up on the screen. But
Sorry, but yeah, there should be a thing up there.
it'll
you can
open
click-
like if you're on mobile, I don't know, all bets are off if you're on mobile.
I apologise if you're on a...
Our apologies.
If
But
you're
yeah,
on mobile.
you can click that and all the videos should be in that playlist.
So yeah, if you click that. Moving on to the first video from this week, which is probably the first video that come out. This was literally just after the last podcast, wasn't it? This one come out. Was
Yeah,
it,
like a day or two.
Yeah, a day or
maybe.
two, and that was You'll Melt More's new song that some people really like to love. I can't remember what it was called. Fruete, Yomi Gaere, something like that. I auto-translated it terribly as a trembling revive or something like that. But I'm sure there's probably someone in chat that probably knows what the actual English title would be, if it's even worth translating. Yeah.
I should just point out, since it came up in chat, that you do need annotations turned on to be able to see the link for the playlist.
So yeah, turn them on if you haven't already.
There you go. Turn them on.
Maybe click the little bell thing down the bottom, notifications. Yeah, want that as well while you're at it. Weird Bewitched said the video itself was a smorgasbord, to be honest. The You'll Melt More... Yeah, the You'll Melt More video was definitely interesting.
It was a journey.
It literally was a journey, wasn't it?
It was a cinematic journey, that's for sure.
The song was actually really good. If you can get past the first 10 seconds of the ha-ha-ha-has, then you're into something pretty decent.
That was one of the best parts of the song, dude.
What, the ha-ha-ha-ha bit at the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. The voices grate me at the beginning, but I don't know.
I think it was just Chiffon throwing you off there because she's a little deeper than the rest.
Yeah, it was kind of like high pitch ha-ha, and then it was kind of like ha-ha-ha-ha out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I think it might be just because I don't listen to You'll Melt More a lot, so obviously it kind of threw me off. But then once it started going, I was like, all right, this is pretty good. Don't know how you guys felt about it.
I thought it was a little jumbly. The quick slow type of thing they had going on musically is not really my thing.
Okay.
The bit where they did the kind of 80s funk segment in the middle.
I think we can all agree that was actually quite fun. I enjoyed that bit.
That was pretty groovy.
Are they in a train carriage or something like that?
Yeah, like a subway car.
Oh.
Or whatever. Yeah, that was a bit that caught me off guard.
Yeah. And then from that, doesn't it yeah. After that, it then goes into the bit where they smash up the classroom with the chairs and all that.
Yeah.
And it just has I don't know, the guitars just kind of and then the smashing, and then I think some screams from whoever the girls are. I'm not quite sure who was doing the screams.
Yeah, there was some kind of. It was like some kind of weird literal breakdown.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
not just a song breakdown, but the video breakdown. Everything is the breakdown.
If there was a You'll Melt More version of a proper breakdown, like from a metal song or a hardcore song, then that would be it. That is their breakdown version, which is definitely interesting. It seems like people in the podcast were enjoying it, and Jules said it's surprisingly good. We're Bewitched, that's what made it so fun, though. I agree, it was pretty interesting to watch, definitely. And definitely a lot different from other stuff I've seen from them. The only other song that I really enjoyed from them was Summer Bokan, or whatever it's called. But that's just because the chorus was so stupidly catchy that I just walking around going Summer Bokan for ages.
That whole mini album's really good, by the way.
I had no business singing that song at the times I was doing, but I did. So, and Jake says, finally a You'll Melt More song I'm enjoying. So it seems like everyone in chat's enjoying it.
Well, it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just not in my wheelhouse, you know. It's not up my alley there.
Yeah. I don't think it's convinced me that I'm going to come round to be a massive You'll Melt More fan. But when the single comes out, I will probably, if I can get it on iTunes, I'll get it on iTunes.
It's already out, sir.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Ototoy.
Oh, what, free or buy it?
Buy it? Come on, you gotta make money somehow.
Sometimes they do it free on Ototoy.
No,
what do you think? This is BIS? They're not giving everything away for free.
That's a good point. Kirby said they have some noise band write stuff for them sometimes. I forget the name, but I had my friend look that up for me. I remember someone mentioning that on Twitter the other day, that Homicide was, when he first posted the video, someone said, oh, they have this production team back with them. Apparently this was a team that they had with them when they were writing some really good stuff. So, you know, if they've got a team that was doing good stuff for them before back now, and, you know, they're putting out some songs that people like, then yeah, good for them.
You know, I bet this noise band wrote the guitar part in that Soy Sauce song.
Oh, it's the same guys that did BIS Kaidan.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
cool.
That's cool.
I think a few idol groups have worked with them, haven't they? Like quite a few by now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, glad to see everyone enjoyed it.
Just to get back to the song for a minute. Yeah. It's a bit schizophrenic, if we're being honest. Because you got like the really crazy parts, and then you've got like the kind of almost ballad sounding. Ballad's a terrible word, but like everyone uses it, so whatever. We're gonna call it a ballad.
Yeah.
The softer parts, whatever. I just thought it was quite interesting how they kind of like the madness came
juxtaposition
in waves.
Between yeah.
It came in waves.
It's basically so what they're trying to say is basically like Anno the song. It's Anno the song. The madness comes in waves.
That's good. Apt description.
Me and John watched 9 or 10 YouTube highlight videos of her on Hobo.
I still haven't seen. Right, you guys have got to link this to me at some point, and anyone who's interested, ask us outside.
She's just like smashing people in the jaw, and
she's definitely a character. She's definitely a character.
It's pretty great.
It's so entertaining. Best hour and a half to 2 hours of your life.
I'll definitely.
There's probably going to be more videos as well. So.
Oh, nice.
What's the next video?
The next one was, I'm not actually quite sure I think it's Uijin.
I think it's Uijin.
Yeah, Uijin. Yeah, they had a new video out with a song called Meltdown. Yeah.
Oh, that's it's tinkly. How did I describe it earlier?
Bing, 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 or something.
Binging. It's very high register.
Yeah. It's definitely. I think it's because the synth lines and that sort of stuff are in a higher octave. So it's quite a high pitched synth going on. Uijin could be.
It's probably Uijin.
Uijin probably could be. I'll have to look into that later on, but for now they're Uijin to me.
I don't know about you guys, but when I heard the opening instrumental, I was expecting a digital hardcore song.
You was expecting like proper passcode, right?
Well, maybe not quite that level, but I was expecting something a bit different to what we ended up getting. That's for sure.
I think it does. It sounds a lot more like that at the beginning, and then it kind of settled into a more kind of like light-hearted, synthy poppy type thing.
This song is kind of all over the place as well.
That middle part was here. Let me get British for a second. Whingy?
Whingy?
Was it whingy?
Whinge.
Is that a? That's a British term, isn't it?
Whingy? Yeah, it is. I don't know how I'd describe the middle part. Sped up.
That's
Super
yeah.
sped up.
It speeds up by a factor of, I don't know, 400%, maybe 300%. I mean,
knows.
it moves.
Because it kind of like out of nowhere you get, and the video speeds up, and then all these effects come on, and you got the girl's mouth moving at like a million miles an hour. I mean, it was interesting. Musically, that part in the song isn't my favorite, just because it comes off as a bit abrasive, but not in a good way. Like some, metal and hardcore music is abrasive, but you're still like, yeah, I like that. This is a bit more like, just a bit of an overload, really.
Like an oral assault. Or an audio assault.
Yeah, an audio or assault, of just sound at once that didn't really catch with me. But the chorus is super catchy, so
They did the chorus well.
I can live with the middle part just for the beginning bit, which like Gary said, sounds like it's going to be like a digital. What'd you say? Digital hardcore?
Yeah.
Yeah, digital hardcore song, and then it kind of goes into something that you weren't really expecting. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed their last song, and I enjoyed this one. So I'll still be keeping an eye out for them. Some people are saying they're like a baby passcode. I don't really see baby passcode, but I kind of see them more as more like a. If you imagine there was a fork in the road, and passcode could either go to where passcode are now, turn everything up to 11, synth massive guitar screams, and then you had another way, which is like kind of what passcode do, but boom, let's go down the more poppy route. I think that's more along the line of where they're going. Neve slide down. I think they're just going their whole own way now, which I'm quite glad to see actually. They're not in the fork. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
This song was kind of all over the place as well.
Pretty much, it was
There's a theme developing here.
And the thing is, it's not going to get any better with the rest of the videos that are on there, because they're all over the place as well. I don't know how many people in the chat actually listened to Uijin. I know there was I don't know if Julian's still in there, Jules in there, but I know he see the song and he quite enjoyed it, and he posted up on Twitter. So yeah, it seems like a few people are enjoying it. I still don't think they're on many people's radar yet, so I think they're still flying a bit under the radar.
Still pretty new, though, right?
Oh, definitely. They seem to be doing better than what's their name, Broken by the Scream, because they haven't lost a member, and they've brought out 2 MVs quite successfly. So
that kind of took the wind out of the sails of Broken by the Scream.
Yeah, it was kind of all the hype, and then it kind of just fizzled.
And they blocked you on Twitter as well.
And then they blocked me on Twitter. Thanks, Broken by the Scream. I think all I did was ask like, "What's up?" and then boom, blocked. Sick, awesome.
Drop the hammer.
Yeah, Weird Bewitched said all of these idol funerals are screwing with the music mixing. Well, we'll be coming to that a bit later on, because some people's music mixing is apparently...
someone murdered someone.
Yeah. We'll be getting to that in a bit. We move to the next song, or you guys have anything else you want to say about the Uijin MV?
I think we're good, are we?
I think we're good.
Oh, I'm good. I do have to say one thing.
Yeah, go for it.
I do enjoy their costuming.
Oh, Uijin's?
Yeah, I like their get-ups.
They're like pastel-y type.
Yeah, they're like pastel-y and kind of baggy,
They remind me of sort of
they're
like...
comfy.
Yeah. They remind me of kind of like if the Bis stuff was a bit more girly and less like clown show, if you get me.
Yeah. Yep,
and
I do.
pastel-y. I quite like them, yeah.
I just remembered a point I wanted to make. This is kind of like that Keel song we talked about like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. The Michael Bay one.
So's the wardrobe.
Oh, yeah.
The wardrobe's pretty similar as well.
Between them and I need to go back and watch that video now, the Cool video.
They're not on the same label, are they?
Not unless Uijin are on Avex.
No, they're definitely not. Yeah, because Cool went with Avex now. That's how they managed to get Michael Bay in it and for the video.
Avex, the management company where idol groups go to die.
And not be sold internationally. So yeah, moving on to the next MV for this week. And guess what it is? Someone else. It's a bit more Banmon.
It's another Chan Momo
This
podcast.
is another Chan Momo podcast, yeah. So
But they're not alt, Terry. Don't you know? People complained last week that
I
they're
listen,
not
yeah.
alt.
4chan backed me up in it. 4chan backed me up, and they said they're alt, so I believe them. And I think this song sounds damn alt to me in it, so I'm putting it in the playlist because that, and I really enjoyed the damn song, so it's going
It's a
in
fun song.
It's very. And I wondered what the title was, and then in the first couple of seconds of the song, immediately knew what the title was. Shoot Toko Dokoi, because they say it like a million times at the beginning of the song.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a Bandmon song you didn't enjoy? I like all of them pretty much across the board.
3, I only like the 2 new ones, and then one of their older ones. Some of the other ones didn't click with me quite as much, but the new ones, especially the ones with all the crazy changes, seem to click with me a lot more. But I mean, you guys know my tastes by now, so you can kind of tell, probably gauge what I'm gonna like and what I'm not. I don't know, how many times did you guys watch the MV? Because I've only watched it about 2 or 3 times.
I watched it a couple times.
There's a lot going on in that as well.
Yeah, I think I watched it 3 or 4 times.
Did everyone notice the Chan Momo rap bit in the lift that kind of comes out of nowhere?
See, this song was all over the place as well.
Pretty much,
Yeah, it was. It was.
Kinda
that end was a little odd, at least the visuals.
Yeah. I do like the bit where it goes into the bit where they're all kind of there dancing and they got the people behind them, and then out of nowhere suddenly they're playing their instruments near the end, and they basically got a couple of them dancing, a couple of them playing instruments, and as the camera pans around them, basically all the instruments just disappear and it's just them singing, apart from the one poor girl who I don't know her name, who's just stuck on the drum kit at the back, probably thinking, fuck this, why am I on the one instrument that can't disappear in shot, you know what I mean? Whereas everything else could just be taken away. But yeah, I think I actually need to go and look up some Bandmon stuff and start getting into it.
They just put out an album. You could start there.
I remember you told me, I need to go and get the link now. Hopefully it's on iTunes, because I said I would last time.
Oh, it should be. They're on Pony Canyon.
Which means
who has just opened up to the United States.
Oh yeah,
we now get Pony Canyon.
John could watch this one. That was
after
nice.
they copyright strike us so that it wouldn't show in the United States.
So, who gave us the strike last week?
Pony Canyon.
So Pony Canyon and
no,
Mason.
the other one wasn't a strike.
Oh no, was it not?
No.
Oh, they just was monitoring. They wanted to see what we were doing with it. Yeah.
That was Tokuma or whatever.
Oh, that was a Mason Book Girls group, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Their management, yeah. So they were watching us. So, management label was keeping an eye on us. Listen, yeah, we're doing free advertising for them. They can't complain.
It's one way of looking at it.
I don't know if anyone else in chat's watched the Bandmon video. Jake said Ja Naimon started out as a drumming duo before they became an idol group. It makes sense for them to keep the drums in. Oh, definitely. Like,
I don't think we're complaining about the drums.
No, definitely. I think that the instruments and the fact that they play stuff is actually really cool, because it adds an extra aspect to their group. What would it be? Their group identity and what the girls do, and that way it's not just all about whatever Chan Momo doing or one of the other girls. It's fine. It can be about the whole group, which is cool. And whatever song you just put, Takako-tan Forever is the best song ever written. Is that by Ja Naimon? If it is, I will have to look that one up then, if it's meant to be good. Anything else you guys want to say about the Bandmon video?
No, I guess we should get on to the most divisive topic of the week.
Pretty much. Everyone's going to know what this is going to be.
Save the best for last, right?
Or the worst, depending on people's opinion.
Best discussion,
yeah.
We kept you guys waiting here for over an hour for this shit.
Pretty much. There's going to be some... well, do you know what? Everyone in the chat right now could love it. I'm not quite sure.
Didn't you ban like half a dozen people from the Facebook group because of this?
There's a couple of people that I may have put out of their misery, and a couple of other people that I've warned. So, yeah. People just can't have nice things, and people can't have discussions without, resorting to base words. You know what I mean? If you don't like a song, you can debate it, but you can, call the producer a name or whatever. Like, that's fine. He's a producer. But, like, to each other, like, chill out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me. Boo-hoo. Like, move on with it. You know what I mean? I'm sure, Gary, you're like that, aren't you?
I don't like side. I don't even talk about it. So
Yeah, yeah, just like whatever. I don't like it. You like it. Cool. Let's move on.
yeah, it's like I don't like this, but I can understand why someone might.
All right. Well, let's just get it out there, Gary. What's your opinion on this?
So we're
Teddyloid for Aina song.
yeah, we're talking about Teddyloid and Aina in case anyone didn't get it from that.
All right. My apologies.
Um, I think it's a difficult one because obviously it's Teddy Lloyd's song. He's going to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Pretty much.
On the other hand, Aina has a really nice singing voice.
Yeah.
And we didn't really get to hear it.
No. I think that's...
Apart from like the rapping part, and that's not really what she does usually anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
and that the rapping part is also processed, just not to.
Yeah.
Do you know what the rapping part reminds me of? Dead Man.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of
A little bit.
like Dead Man, but less punky, more rappy.
Yeah, Dead Man was a little more fuzzed out. This is straight up auto tune.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I guess from my point of view, they could have got anyone.
I think that was a lot of people's problem, is that
Like,
they made her sound generic.
if someone didn't tell me that was Aina, I probably wouldn't know that it was her.
I mean,
if that makes sense.
You got a bit of a raspiness and a bit of a smoky tone through it, but
Yeah,
it was
a little bit.
it was basically smothered by electronics.
I think the song's decent for what it's worth.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to do really well for her.
I don't think it's a bad song.
No,
It's
no.
just,
I think commercially, the song will do really well for her. Probably.
we're not exactly breaking new ground either, but
No,
yeah.
no, yeah.
No, it's a Teddy Lloyd.
Yeah, but that's what I said in group, didn't I? I said I can't wait to see everyone's reactions. There's going to be an uproar, and everyone asked me what was going on, and I was just like, "Well, we'll have to wait until the video comes out, and you'll see what I mean."
It's not a Bish song. It's not an Ina song. It's a Teddy Lloyd song. And what do you get with Teddy Lloyd? Processing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people's thing was he's a good enough producer. Well, in theory, that he could have perhaps, lended his sound to her voice better instead of going, I'm just going to make what I usually make and fuck whoever I'm working with.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make her sound. I'm going to make her fit my sound instead of fitting my sound around the artist. And that was a lot of people's, well, one person who made that point quite well known. And then a couple of other people that also said a similar thing. And I say the same thing myself. Just perhaps I put it across a bit more,
It's like, like from my point of view, it's like, why specifically get Aina for this if you're not really going to use any of her strengths as a vocalist?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Well,
like,
this kind of harkens back to did we talk about it last week with that other collaboration with Charlie XCX and KPP.
KPP, yeah.
Maybe it's just all about name branding.
But that's
you
song.
could sell this to Bish fans for sure.
Yeah, definitely you could.
Yeah, you guys, if you don't like this one, you're not gonna like the other three either.
Yeah.
Oh, I've listened to the Monsters remix. That's fucking terrible.
Oh, it is. It's like a dumpster fire of horribleness.
Yeah. I mean, when you've got that much gold to work with Monsters, and I'm guessing they gave him all the stems and all the sounds, he literally uses the bare minimum amount
It sure
of the song.
doesn't sound like they gave him anything.
I'm sure they gave him everything. Like, he literally has a tiny bit of guitar.
Here's a 192 kilobytes per second MP3 file.
Yeah, of her singing Monsters for like 2 seconds, and then the little that literally just that's all that was there. Yeah, Monsters was a complete waste of time, Jake. I do agree with you. That was
Can we
basically.
talk also about how there's like 3 music videos for this damn song?
Is there 3 now?
I don't know. I've seen it.
Well, there's the color. There's the color and the black and crow.
I'm assuming it's like rabbits. And
Oh,
they're just multiplying
the first
endlessly.
one is Loot, and that's because I think Loot is a channel like a music
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
So basically, they've given Loot the exclusive. Oh, this one has color and isn't like filled with effects, so that you go fucking blind while watching it. And
Well,
then
it is called the Loot Edition, right?
yeah, pretty much. But I mean, the Teddyloid version might as well be called like Visual Aids Edition, because you watch it and literally it's just blurry and pixelated.
They didn't even change the video for
No,
the black and white
it's
version.
the same thing. They just made it black and white and fucked it up
Well,
even worse.
They gave it to Teddyloid and he processed it.
Someone just like ran a grayscale filter over the top of the video and then processed it out.
Pretty much. Jake said, I'm all for whatever collaborations she wants to do, provided it opens up the door for her to do more R&B.
Her R&B's bagging, man.
Yeah, do you know what? Some people were like, oh, I don't want to hear her doing R&B, blah, blah, blah.
Have you heard her stuff?
I heard,
Bitch?
yeah, someone posted it. I actually thought it was really good. And, you know what I mean? I think, considering she has
I
like
posted I think I popped a couple of videos in the chat on Discord and off.
She's got such a, a soulful voice. Like, why not R&B? Why not? Obviously, maybe not just her singing like generic lovey-dovey songs. If she can sing about something that's not just, generic crap, then I can't see why she couldn't fit that genre. I think there's quite a few genres she could have done.
Yeah, give her some American blues tunes to sing.
Yeah, why not?
I
like
guess
to get a nice smoky, flinty voice in those.
Yeah.
I guess we're all in agreement that they could have done a lot more with her voice on this song.
Yeah, I think just general disappointment all around on this one. But then again, when it was announced, we was all a bit like, yeah, well, what are we expecting? Like, it's a Teddyloid song.
I don't know, man. Some of his stuff's good.
Like, the thing is, his song with Daoko or whatever her name is, yeah, she's not even that auto-tuned. I'm sure she probably is, but, like, not to the effect that, like, Aina is. Like, it sounds like a Cher song, like the Do You Believe in Love? That one. Like, the auto-tune on the chorus is horrendous.
What's that one song he did? Was it Fly Away? That was really good.
There's a couple songs that I think he's done. That
Yeah, he's got some good songs.
He's just stuck. He was just stuck in a groove on this one, and he didn't think outside the box.
So, like, outside of the visual effects as well, this music video was super generic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind watching an Aina dance. That's fine. Watching her dance is quite nice.
I've seen this in every like kind of urban themed
Asian
music video.
Chuck her in like an urban outfit, stand there with some backing dancers behind her.
This is like every K-pop video from the past like 10 years.
That was some of the comments that I had heard, was that it sounds a bit like a K-pop song with the way that she sings with the vocoder on, or the auto-tune on. She sounds a bit K-poppy, and then the video looked like a K-pop video as well. Albeit a much cheaper budgeted version of a K-pop video. Because let's be honest, K-pop videos cost like friggin' millions.
Oh yeah, totally. And that's just the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I bet this is going to be a big hit with club kids, though.
They don't die.
Club kids never die.
The club kids at the,
reference game is super strong today.
Yeah.
The thing is, Daoko is already known for that electronic sound. That is true, yeah, and her rap stuff and that sort of stuff. So that's basically what he got her to do in that song, was her usual stick with a bit of rap, with some Teddyloid wob wobs underneath, and I think it kind of worked more for the Daoko song than it did for.
I'm not sure I like Aina rapping. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, the second song's better. I prefer the second song to the first song. Just because, but then he's got that K-Shine guy on it, or whatever it was, who does his kind of like deadpan expression voice rapping. I don't know if you've heard it. Have you heard the second song yet, any of you lot?
Yeah.
You get what I mean, right? Like,
it's kind of a flat monotone style.
If there was an award for least amount of effort put into a rap, he would win. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm waiting for everyone. Second song is hype. Yeah, I prefer the second song to the first song.
I mean, if we're comparing it to the first song, I mean, like it's not like it's a high bar.
Yeah. The first song could have been good if he had toned it down a bit. The second song, she's still tuned and everything. She's still vocoded and everything, but I don't know. It just fit a bit better with the second song. But then it's a bit repetitive because she keeps singing the same thing every 5 seconds on the second song.
I didn't listen to the third song. I listened to the first song.
Yeah.
Then I listened to Monsters.
Yeah.
And then that kind of crushed my soul and destroyed me. And then I said, well, maybe the second song. And that one was pretty good. But when I got done with that one, I was like, I can't do another one.
The third song is basically the second song with a bit more wob-wobs and a lot less Aina.
Okay, so I didn't really miss anything.
You've missed absolutely nothing.
Okay, so I got my soul crushed, and I don't need it crushed anymore.
No, I wouldn't bother. But yeah, it looks like a couple people had their opinions in chat. Come on, guys, there's 10 of you in there. What do you think of this video? I'm sure you've watched it by now. Let us know your feelings.
I guess at the end of the day, if it opens up more opportunities for Aina as a soloist, then it's all good, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people, or a lot of us, have already spoke about how we think that she could do really well as a solo artist once Bish comes to, a closure.
Yeah, man. I don't want her to just disappear. Her voice is excellent.
Yeah, definitely. And I think anything that gets us more Aina at the end of the day is good.
I think Avex recognizes that as well, because you don't just get a collaboration with Teddyloid for nothing.
No, they're probably like, look, she's in Bish,
testing the waters.
Yeah, maybe she can do this Bish thing and also do something that sells even more. Because let's be honest, like Bish is still niche. It's still Bish is niche, yeah.
I think this thing was like #1 on Japanese iTunes for a while when it came out. So
really, damn.
There you go.
Jake said her surgery cost too much to throw away from Bish. Mate, the amount of money they're making off their DVD and their new thing, yeah, they've that surgery's paid for, mate. Well off by now. There's no way that they haven't paid that off.
Do they not have healthcare in Japan?
Universal healthcare, as far as I'm aware. I thought it only it doesn't cover cosmetic stuff like teeth. So, yeah,
I don't think throat surgery is a cosmetic.
Yeah, that's a good point. So,
thing.
Yeah, especially if she had like nodules or something. So maybe that might have actually been paid for. But yeah, I'm sure Avex has the money to pay for her to get herself sorted if she's gonna make them that much money back.
She'll have like company health insurance anyway.
Oh hell yeah, definitely.
You think they don't insure their artists? Come on.
Yeah. I mean,
especially their voices.
They should probably get some insurance on Ling Ling, man, for all the screaming, because I can see her going next. Well, voice-wise.
Going where?
Well, just going somewhere into the surgery or something, man, with the amount of screaming she does.
Ling Ling's more in danger of falling on her head when she stage dives than using her voice, I think.
Or getting one of her crazy hairstyles caught in like a pyrotechnic or something and going up in flames.
One of those wires is going to stick her in the brain or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was a pretty good discussion we had there.
Yeah, do you know,
a fair discussion. I don't think we really went off the deep end.
No. To be honest,
I hope it didn't sound like we did anyway.
I thought there was going to be more talk in the chat, if I'm honest, but apparently some people...
Maybe they're just over it.
Yeah, they're over it already. I mean, to be honest, there was loads of hype about it yesterday, but, it's died down a bit now. Maybe everyone's worried that if I know their names on this, I'll ban them in group or something if they say something too crazy.
Maybe they're on the acceptance stage of grief.
Yeah, they're like, what has happened?
So
the anger has passed already.
It kind of sucks, but oh well.
Pretty much. That about wraps up today's news and releases and also videos, to be honest with you. It was a bit short on news throughout the week, apart from a few bits and bobs. All I can really do is thank everyone for coming out today to listen to us. As usual, we seem to have a steady amount of people that come back to watch us every show. And
and like you guys crush it when we put the VOD out. So
yeah. Last time absolutely smashed it. Way more than what we thought we would. We never even thought we'd be getting over like a couple of hundred views, let alone the amount that you guys have been giving us. So a big thanks on that one. Anyone who's new to the channel, who hasn't seen the podcast before, I probably don't think that there's that many new people here, but if you haven't, we do this every week or 2 weeks, depending on how we're going to do it. So get subscribed up if this is something that you're interested in hearing more of, and make sure to hit the notification button so you can know when we're going live. Because sometimes the time will change.
Goal is... What was that?
We're gonna have to take a pass on next week, though, right?
Is it yes, so next Saturday we won't be able to do next Saturday. We might have to move it forward to Friday. So I mean, if you guys can make Friday, we can do Friday.
I can do Friday.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Well, we'll let you guys know whenever we can do it anyway.
So yeah, if we're about 20 subscribers away from 100, so
yeah, 20 subscribers away from 100.
Tell your friends, your family, your pets, maybe get us to 100 by the time we do the next show.
Basically, once we get to 100 subscribers, it basically legitimizes us as a partner for YouTube, and it allows us to get a custom URL. So every time we're spamming you guys with the link to the channel, it's not just a mess of numbers and letters that make no sense. It could just be something nice like youtube.com/allidlepodcast or something short and sweet. But essentially, it'd be much easier to find us than at the moment with the string of numbers and letters that make no sense to anyone. So that'd be great, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week, though.
Pretty much. Well, that's all from me. I don't know if you guys have any last words.
Nope.
Thanks for coming out as always, guys. Really appreciate everyone coming to see us when it's live, and definitely appreciate everyone that catches it during the week on the VOD.
How about yourself, John? Anything else?
No, I really have nothing except, I'll just add my thanks on there, and yeah, just keep listening or watching if you're here live.
And just as a last thing, anything from either of your two sites that you might want to just chuck out an advertisement for before we go?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Idleshit.com. I put 2 reviews out this week. Been busy. I reviewed Zen Kimi's Sophomore 6 Sacrifice.
Oh, nice.
Right? That was this week. Yeah, that was this week. And then I also reviewed Sure's Miss Sins. So
yeah, so if you're interested in seeing what Gary thought about both of the singles from the Kodomo Mental, posse, then go check that out at idleshit.com. Anything else apart from, from John? Or from John, really? It's just going to be 24/7 news updates, really, isn't it, John?
Yeah, I try to get the news out there when I get it. It seems like I never sleep.
Pretty much.
I can confirm that you don't sleep.
Yeah. Well, that's been all from us, guys. Thank you for joining us again. And this has been this week's Alternative Idol podcast. And we'll see you again at the next one. See you later, guys.